Is it me or is Lego she super attractive to be a wolf? Everyone, and welcome back to Fiction Tea Reviews. So today we're going to talk about the Netflix anime that recently, not too long, came out called Beastars. It is an anime about a bunch of animals who kind of have human traits and human qualities. They all attend this, I believe it's like a college or some type of school where they live on campus and they have dorms. And they have roommates. Half of the students are carnivores and the other half are omnivores, trying to coexist even though they're enemies. Carnivores eat herbivores and they are kind of destined to be enemies, nemesis. So this is a Japanese anime. It's about 20 minutes per episode. There's about 12 episodes. It's pretty quick. It's not drawn out. It's not long. You can watch it. You can get through it probably like in a day or so, depending on how you watch TV or how you watch anime. I feel like this anime is good for even people who don't watch anime or don't like anime. So we have the wolf named Legoshi, who is in love with a promiscuous bunny named Huro. And he has this admiration and this deep love for her, and it's just so freaking cute, man. Lego Shay is one of these characters. He is this wolf. He is a carnivore, and he is in love with this bunny who is a herbivore. But like his personality is just so adorable because he's like, he has anxiety. He's like super kind of shy and kind of socially awkward in some ways. And he just relates to humanity and human traits. He relates to humans in so many ways, and that's what I really liked about this show, is that a lot of the characters are basically humans, but they're like animals. They're furry animals, but they have so many different human traits and qualities, and I thought, this is why I love this so much. The character, Huru, I really like her character as well. I like the fact that they showed that opposites attract, and even though their instincts are telling them we're enemies and we can't coexist together and we can't be together, they really were trying to fight against that because they really cared about each other, especially Legoshi. Legoshi low-key is bae. I was like, if I was like a wolf or some type of animal character in this lifetime, Legoshi would be the one. He's this very likable character. He's kind of conservative, kind wolf who wants to fight against his animal instincts and live with herbivores. What I really liked about his character is like the moments where he was just like freaking out in his mind. He was overthinking everything, and the whole time whenever he was like around Huru, or like even when he wasn't around her, he would just like go into this whole overthinking thing. And I was like, I so can relate, because he just kept going and going and going, and he was like, oh my god, I never talked to her before. Like, I never had a girlfriend before. What if she doesn't like me? Man, her scent, her smell. And I love the fact that he would be triggered kind of by her scent, by her smell, and he knew who she was by the scent, and how it kind of went into those scenes where he would stop and then the scent would kind of go up through his nostrils, go into the back of his mind, and he'd like be triggered, and then all of a sudden like he knows it's her, and create this, it would create this effect in his mind, and it would just make him more determined to find her. Another thing I found interesting is they really show discrimination in this show, and this can definitely relate to humanity and how one species discriminates against another species, and how one doesn't like the other because of what they're known to do, even though all of them are not the same way. Some of them kind of judge all of them as a species because they eat other animals, and it's like all of them are not that way, but they get judged that way because of their natural born instinct. And I was like, okay, they're actually bringing in some relatable human things in this. This is cool. The CGI was cool. I didn't mind the CGI. I liked it. This show, I do want to say though, is not really like a kid related anime, because first of all, it's rated M for mature, And also, they just straight went up into some hentai parts up in there, and I was kind of surprised. I ain't gonna lie, I was like, okay. This just went to, I mean, we got some dark elements, but we also got some hentai, and, alright, they went there. They went there with the nude animals and the sex scenes. I was like, oh, they wild. Okay. Okay. What just happened? Am I watching animal porn? Or, like, I don't know how to feel about this. I don't. I didn't. I didn't know how to feel about those parts. But, they were very intimate. They were very intimate moments with the characters, with the animals. But just the idea of, like, they're watching these furry animated creatures have sex and they're naked, and it's just it's like animal hentai. It's different. I liked everything, but I feel like when it got to the last episode, it started to become a little soap opera. Soap opera, is that even a word? Soap opera. When Toru was like running away from Legoshi, and he was like, but I love you, and I'm gonna try. Like, it was kind of dramatic at that like last part. I was like, if y'all don't come on and quit the shits and stop playing. But overall, it wrapped up pretty well. I look forward to seeing season 2, and I think you guys should check it out. It's a really good anime. Like, it's pretty good. It might be, I don't know if it's the best anime I've seen so far this year. Maybe. I don't know yet. I don't know if I could say that yet. I wouldn't say that, but it's pretty good. Like, it's worth watching. Like I said, even if you don't watch anime, it's not long. It's worth it. I don't really want to spoil much, so that's all I'm gonna say. And if you like this video, give it a thumbs up. And I will see y'all next time in the next video. So, peace. But also, before I go, I'm going to continue to read my book called Rain, about a group of young adults in a psych ward who have been living there for so long, and they kind of become accustomed to it until they get this new counselor named John Smith who comes in, and he tries to help them through this and figure out what's really going on, while also dealing with his own trauma and his own problems. And it gets dark, it gets creepy, and they get haunted by some things, and there's definitely some sci-fi. It's very mentally challenging for the characters, and if you want to continue to stay and hear about the read, then we're getting into it now. Last that we read, John Smith got back from talking to the boss. He was in the hallway. Nihil kind of pulled up on him, and he's just like, what are you doing in the hallway? She's like, I'm doing the same as you, just chilling. And he kept looking at this photo, and he's like, it looks familiar. The photo that's hanging up kind of looks like Matt, but it also kind of looks like something else. And Nihil's basically trying to give him a hint, and he's like, okay, Nihil, she's like, what do you see? What do you see? She's trying to hint him as, what do you see, so that he can figure out who Matt is, what's really going on, because he still hasn't connected the dots between those two things, Matt being Joseph's father and whatnot. I'm just gonna spoil that and tell you guys that. So he wrote in his diary, next thing you know, knock knock knock, Western is knocking on the door. And Western, if you guys were keeping track or not, but Western is actually Western is John Smith's friend from the past, who actually more than friends. But that's how he got the job from Western, and now they're gonna have a conversation. Knock, knock, knock. Someone's at the door. Gotta go. I tossed the book under my desk, opening the door to see Western. Hey, how was it? He's asking about the interview I was supposed to go to. I nod. It was great. So remember that John Smith went to that interview to go talk to Joseph's old doctor, and he was supposed to be applying to work there, but he actually didn't. He just wanted information. That's what Western's referring to. Wonderful. So what'd he say? He's interested. I shrugged and messed around with some papers on my desk before lying. Oh, just that he'll get back to me later. Great. He claps his hands together proudly. So how was your day? I try to smile, but it doesn't work. It was great. Is there something wrong? He asks. I wish he hadn't. Not anything I want to talk to you about. I sneer. Damn. Okay, well, if you want to talk, I'm here. He gets up to leave, but I stop him. Hey, do you know anything about that Neo kid? Neo. Neo. He ponders a bit. Oh, yes, the creepy one, right? Always draped in black? Yeah. Yeah, I came here a few months ago, actually. Haven't been here long, especially compared to the others. Very nice kid. Quiet, though. Yeah. Something wrong? I don't know. I shake my head in disbelief. I think I saw the kid in the hallway earlier, watching me. He chortles. Yeah, Neo's always in the hallways. The boss adores that one. She pretty much does whatever. No harm, just likes to roam the hallways, you know? Unsupervised? That's odd. Believe me, compared to everyone else, it's pretty normal. His dimples show. The kid is a special shocker? Western sits down, taking in a gulp of air. Yeah. Why? Why on earth would a random kid come to a psych ward to be experimented on? Western stretches his arms as his legs squirm on my couch like a worm. He wants something, but all I want is information. My theory is that the kid is actually, well, psychotic like the rest of them. I mean, anyone who would volunteer has to be, you know? No, I don't know. Neither do I understand. Maybe it's not meant for you to understand. His face is disgusted. What do you know? I nudge. About the kid? Not much. He spreads his arms out over the head of my couch. No, about this place. Timbre tones escapes me. Smith. Worry enters his voice. I roll my eyes. You've been here longer than me. I know you know things. I protrude. He stands. I'm sure you know more than me. I do know one thing, though. I know that these kids, this place, it's dangerous. He walks up to me. He puts his hand on my shoulder. I'm really glad you're leaving for your safety. What? I can handle this. I know you can. It's just, these kids are unpredictable. I mean, last month, Army Man broke someone's arm. Cow, whatever, tried to kill herself. That Tracy girl threatened me to have sex with her. Schizo doesn't know his past from his future. And Samantha? He chuckles, wiping his mouth. That girl's a trickster. With speculation, I ask, did you? He looks at me offendedly. Of course not. Don't be ridiculous. I have a daughter. I would never. This pleasure covers me. No. This pleasure covers me. No. I did not go anywhere near that girl. For someone who claims to be innocent, you jump to defense very quick. It's because I knew you would not believe me. He clenched his jaw, ball in a fist. He attempts to control his demons. I'm silent, watching him walk towards me. The feeling of body heat warms my chest. His hands gently stroke my shoulders. A whisper leaves his breath. I'm just concerned about your safety, okay? I fling his grip. Don't. Look, I saw you earlier walking through the... You're spying on me now? I'm just trying to protect you, he comforts. Well, I didn't ask you to. Wow. Sorry for caring. Yeah, you should be. What? He asks. Just go. Please. He opens his mouth, but no words spill out. Western walks out of the room. A low cry seeps through my teeth. Every time he is near, he tries to pull that I'm protecting you move to make me feel bad, as if he is the victim. I have to write. I can't hold this all in. I find a thin composition book and open it to view the words. I flip to emptiness. Dear Diary, I feel alone. Western is hiding something, but claims to be protecting me. I know he still loves me. I know, but I can't feel that way anymore for him. I can't trust him either, not after what he did to me. Not after that night I found him. Tears smack the paper. I decide to close my book. My eyes shut, and I doze off to sleep on the couch laying in the corner of my compact office. A knock at the door awakens me. In walks the woman who carried Samantha away the other day. The one from the boss's office. Delilah. She tells me the boss wants to see me. I step into his office, barely awake. He sits in the chair. On the sofa sits a woman, wiping her eyes with a handkerchief. Her face is covered in garments. Sit, Smith. He drinks from his cup. I do apologize for yesterday. He fiddles with the cup in a silent trance as if he's having a flashback. His reptilian nostrils release steam. Look, if you'd like to leave, I understand. I'll talk to Western. I'll gladly give you a recommendation to anywhere you'd like. Western told me he talked to you, and I cut him off. Western doesn't make my decisions. I make my own. I look over at the woman who's now crying. The boss tells her to go in the other room. She exits. I never said I wanted to leave, sir. I sit back down. He laughs like a fat man who can't breathe. I look him in the eye, speaking with vanity. With all due respect, sir, I'm capable of doing this job, and I wish to continue. I don't know what Western told you, but I stand up, pounding my fist against the table. But I've made my decision. All right, Smith. Ha 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 ha. I hear you. He opens up a drawer to reveal a note. Here. I open to take a look. I've granted your wish, he says. Here, show this to the security. I leap with excitement. Better get going, he advises. Right. I turn to face him. Thank you, sir. I bow, walking out of his office, past a garmented woman who looks at me with wet, still eyes, whispering, Akara. Joyfully, I leave the office, beaming to room 3. A guard stands as still as a statue next to the door. I confidently hand him the note. He nods and opens the door. She turns to look at me. Hey, Samantha. It's me again. I bloom. Great, she says sarcastically. I blush. I was hoping you'd be a bit more enthusiastic. She turns around to face the wall. What do you want? Her tone is cold as ice. Oh, well, I'm here to invite you to a group sesh. No way. She turns to face me, lifting her chin. They gave you permission? I step closer towards her, but not too close to show her the note. She snatches it from my grasp anyway to read. I watch her full lips mouth the words, John Smith has been granted special access to take the kids out on a field trip. She hands a note back. No thanks. She turns back to face the wall. You're dismissed, she reprimands. I stand trying to think of a tactic before she threatens me. Bingo. Joseph's gonna be there, I blurt. She turns towards me, surveying my eyes. So? Nonchalantly, she asks, was I supposed to persuade me? So, I rub the back of my neck. He's your friend? And? I stare perplexed. I didn't expect this. What's your point? Your purpose? To have everyone together. I try to sound cheerful. Including you. Why? She pouts. Because it's important? Because you're important to this group and... No. Why would they give you permission? Her face is boggled. Oh, well, I search for an answer within her eyes, which dance with mine while her tongue slides across her perfect lips. What's the catch? She says, almost whispering to herself. No catch. I open up my palms to prove it. I just want you there. So do your friends. Please, I plead. She steps back, searching my pupils, awaiting a fault which never suffices. I step back, gazing into her eyes. A spark of happiness brightens her face, but hesitantly, she threatens me. You try anything, I'll stab you. To death. I simply smirk. Okay. She nods. We walk out into the hallway with the guard by our side. Through my peripheral, I glance at her. She catches me. Her body stops and shifts to face me. My heart beats like a drum, vibrating my nerves and rattling my organs. I wait for the insult from her instead. I get a rapturous review. We enter the room. In instant slow motion, Joseph mouths her name and I see it. I see what love actually looks like. For a minute, I feel it. The vibrations of real love. Everyone in the room lights up like a Christmas bulb on a tree, including Tracy. Teo walks over to grab Samantha by the shoulders, pulling her in for a huge hug, and Kao's clapping happily, jumping up and down like a little bunny. The family is back, she snickers. Neo analyzes while Tracy merely waves. The atmosphere is much different than the past. It's warmer, merry, and relieving. Joseph stands clapping, encouraging the others to thank me, and they all clap. Newbie has made history. Proud of you, Newbie. He pats. Thank you. I bow. Now I was thinking of trying something new, if that's okay with you all. I wait for an objection. I was hoping you all could tell me a little bit about your family. I look around the room. Everyone is silent now. I'm surprised Tracy is the first to speak. She says, well, she looks around at her peers, grinning. My father is in the stock business. She emphasizes to her peers, pleased, giggling like a little girl hiding her secrets. He works for Wall Street, so he's like a billionaire. She is thrilled. And he loves young women with suntans, dark hair, and brown-eyed models. She looks at me. He dates lots of young models. He drives a sports car and Ko interrupts. Don't you know all this information, John? Actually, no. I mean, your files are focused more so on you, not your parents or family members. Kale's eyes stay on the guards. She discontinues. Upset, Tracy tells Kale to shut up. Tracy, hold on a sec. I say. She sucks her teeth. I walk towards the two guards covered in gray attire. Could you guys maybe step out? They nod. Can't. Boss's orders. I plead. Please, for a minute. They ignore me, holding their composure. Irritated, I sit down. Samantha says, It is okay, newbie. They know everything already. They're just protecting you from us. I'm not the one who needs protection. I look down at the floorboard, sidetracked. Joseph, how about you? All right. So I have a brother and Tracy interrupts. Not fair. I'm not finished. Oh, I'm sorry, Tracy. Go on. I look at Joseph. Sorry. I nod. He shrugs, touches his pants pocket and says, I gotta pee. He stands up. Hey, you. Take me to piss, now. The guard is motionless. Joseph points to his face. Fuck face, hello? Unbothered by Joseph's behavior, the guard doesn't flinch. It's okay, I'll be fine. I reassure the guard. Ko hops. I gotta go too, please? No one else. One at a time, he commands. Please, please, I'll pee on myself, she begs. I'll be fine, just go. I encourage the guard. There's hesitance, but the more Ko pleads, the more annoyed he gets, and he drags her out. Teo shouts, I have a boy. Look, here's a picture of my boy. Really? You have a son, huh? Teo walks over towards me instinctively. Instinctively, I freeze, unsure of the outcome. He's cute, huh? Asks Teo, shoving the photo in my face. I nod. Yeah. He's, still in her stomach. I ask, muddled. Yep. She went to the ultrasound doctor this week. Oh, here. This is my wife. Another photo is shown of a woman draped in black garments. Unmanageable, I say, I think I saw her earlier today. Teo, who's really animated, asks, Yeah? Yeah. You are Muslim. Teo cowers. No, but she is. I met her in Iran, but he doesn't finish. Neo raises her hand. Yes, Neo? Asks. I'm nothing. I have no family. Had one before, I think. Stunned, everyone rotates to Neo. Tracy says, Oh my God. Neo barely talks, let alone shares. Wow. She applauds. Neo looks at me with eyes gray and cloudy. All right, so... Teo interrupts. We can't continue till the others arrive. Being that I don't want to have my life at risk today, we sit in silence. That was the end of chapter 5. And chapter 6 we will read next time. So when I see you guys next time. So far it doesn't seem like much has happened. We're still kind of getting slowly introduced to the characters. And we learned that Teo, the army dude who has PTSD, has a kid coming. And it kind of is questionable because it's like, how can he have a kid coming if he's been in this place the whole time? It's like, that ain't adding up, right? Yeah, not much has happened with the characters, but they're about to go on this field trip, and he's about to learn more about them and their behaviors. So definitely stay tuned for chapter 6. I know we're only on chapter 6, and there's like 18 chapters in this book, so I promise you, it gets juicier. It gets juicier by the page. So yeah, see you next time.